in various ways to say hello, universal people occupying this plane of existence.
Have I ever told you that when you're clearing your throat, you sound like launch control?
No. What?
It does
I-
sound like launch control.
How?
Sounds like launch control.
But
Anyway,
I don't have words for that one.
we're here on We Are Professional Podcast. We aren't professionals. Hey, so today our topic is going to start with
These nuts.
he said it.
Got
These
it.
nuts. Which nuts do you like the most? Is it cashews? Is it pistachios? Is it just normal ground nuts? Like what kind of nuts do you like, or do you like those kind of nuts? You know what nuts I'm talking about?
Nope.
Almonds,
Ah.
because you like the milk.
I
Hey,
don't know. How do you milk nut?
you don't. It's actually just a fruit juice if you think about it.
Oh,
Nut
like
milk
how
is fruit
ketchup.
juice.
How ketchup is smooth.
Yep. Like picturing drinking it is like fuck.
Ah, drinking tomato sauce. Hey,
No,
that's a
like
skill.
tomato juice, Japanese people do it all the time. It's normal for them.
Chinese people eat almost alive eggs.
Almost alive.
Meaning
eggs.
that, like, when the egg is just like the chicken is almost there. Like, you can see the chicken has eyes, the feathers are formed. They eat that shit. I shit you know.
I went
There's a name for it, but I don't remember what it is.
I went to that country. I didn't see that.
Nope. Well, they
Nah,
eat. I mean, if they
maybe-
eat
maybe
snakes,
if I-
scorpions, crickets, locusts.
Okay, maybe if I went out of my way to look for like
Ni hao.
those kinds of places, then maybe I would have found it. But the China I know didn't have that.
Men went to Chinese China.
Though there were some questionable meals where I looked at the meat and I'm like, I'm not sure. That's
Dog?
not what I think it is.
Dog, cat, horse.
I'm not really sure. If I did
Mom?
eat something that I was not supposed to eat, it was delicious.
Hey, it's tough. Well, you have an issue with that, man. Like eating something. Let's say, let's say I give you a plate of food, you chow. You don't ask what it is, and then you chow, and you're like, "This is pretty good." And I tell you, "Oh, the meat was actually bull testicles."
Jump 25 seconds back. That's my reaction. But continue.
That's what I'm saying. There's bull testicles, and you enjoy it.
See, I don't know how or why or when people discovered that you can eat the testicles of other animals, but that shit needs to stop.
Someone said, I want to know what made us as human beings say, this is a pet, this is food. And I need to know where.
I think we killed everything and then we ate all of them, and then some of us died and we're like, no,
Okay.
that's not really worth eating. We could do more with that.
No, but I've eaten a rabbit and I'm still alive.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That some people looked at the rabbit and they're like, nah, I don't think I'll eat it because
Frosty bun.
the whatchamacallit,
Thingamajig.
the hunting of a rabbit is kind of a pain in the ass. So why the fuck would I go for that? And there's that large ass thing that can't run for shit.
Who wants to be sidestepped by a rat with big ears?
Exactly. Because it is a rodent.
Tough.
So yeah,
Yeah,
I
but
think
it
that's
can
how
fuck.
I think that's how we got to the point where like nah. I don't see the point in eating that. I want to keep that. But rabbits are actually pretty good to keep. Let's say you have a large piece of land where there's a lot of fucking grass or something like that. If you have a lot of rabbits, it's really good for keeping that shit. Or even cows. Cows like certain things, like these invasive these invasive plants with vines. I forgot what they're called. But if you have enough cows, that shit will keep them fed.
For days.
It'll keep them fed for a while.
In other words, name, have a lot of bride prices in your land, you good. Anywho, fam, I want to know.
Speaking on bride price, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure I could ever even start to think about paying that shit. Cause
But-
fuck.
Fam, your favorite person is going to require that shit.
Yeah, but like
Unless you kidnap her.
imagine paying like 60K, 50K for someone who was sucking dick way before she met you. Like, hey,
Fair? That's a fair. I don't lie, man. But then we have people, especially in South Africa, who are gonna charge you over 100K.
Yeah, no, that I know. I'm just thinking to myself that, hey, imagine all the things that other niggas have done to her. They've gone to the moon and back with her, and then
golden showers.
she didn't know herself at the time, but now that she knows herself, you can't do certain things, which means that there's a nigga who experienced
Everything.
more than you.
Facts.
So it's like, hey,
And you're paying more than he did to experience the same showers.
you are paying for a woman who learned herself and stopped you from learning her. So it's like, yes.
But I wanna understand, what is this bullshit of you need to learn or find yourself? What does that mean?
Understand yourself and understand who you are as a person in this world. Because knowing what you are is different from knowing who you are in this world.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
No.
So it's like who I am to the people around me is different from what I am. I'm a brother,
Yeah.
I am a son, and I might be a father in the future, right?
All right now.
But that doesn't necessarily mean that I am the father that they need. That doesn't necessarily mean that I'm the brother that they love. It doesn't necessarily mean that I'm the son that they care about. You know what I mean? You kind of find your position throughout the world only through time, and you kind of learn what people need from you and what you can provide for people and what you stand for. That's what I think people mean by their finding themselves.
So why is it when it comes to finding yourself, that sounds like something more or less a dude could do? Why is it when it comes to finding yourself for female, it means dick?
I don't know, dog. I don't know, because it keeps happening. Why does it keep happening? Why do you keep...
Just like you know, you've heard those things where when the guy say, I'm gonna work on myself, nigga goes to the gym, makes money,
Isolation.
improves
Okay,
himself.
here's the difference. Niggas are self-critical.
Okay.
Niggas are always self-critical because the world is kind of like
They tell you
straightforward, right? It says, nigga, you need to do this
A, B,
and
C,
this and this and this. So you as a nigga, you look at yourself and you look at the world and you see the world requires this, I'm this. How do I get there? You work on yourself to get there.
So no Twitter.
So niggas being self-critical has always been a thing, and niggas are critical of each other, right? We tell each other that, hey, yo, dog, you're not that guy. This
You're
is
not
the
that
reason
guy,
why
bro.
you're not that guy. It's straightforward. With niggas, we understand each other, and because of the risk of physical altercations, we get to, you know,
Respect.
modulate each other. Now with women, yay. Two things that women don't do amongst their friendship groups.
They don't tell each other the truth.
No, friendship groups, they are honest with each other.
Nope.
But
Nope.
they are.
Nah.
The reason why you're speaking about that is because you're talking about girlfriend.
Oof.
Girlfriend
Oh,
and friend.
friend
Those
of
are
me.
two different things.
Friend of me type shit.
Because girls will have their friend, and then the girls will have friends. The friend girls, the ones who say, no, I'd rather be with guys because guys are less stressful.
Which is
They're
bullshit.
usually a problem because they don't have self-accountability. And then when it comes to...
Because niggas
them-
are gonna lie to them.
Yeah, niggas are going to lie to them to get
Fuck.
that meow, meow. So, the biggest issue that I've seen with ladies is the need to want to talk about things but without any action.
In other words, they want to vent, but they don't want the solution to their flying fish.
Yeah.
I know
So-
that all too well.
So you'll sit with a lady and you'll hear her talk about her issues and you'll know that she knows what the issue
She's
is.
the problem.
Because she tells you what the issue
She's
is.
the problem.
But she doesn't want to fix it.
She is the problem.
So you find yourself in a position where you're like,
Common denominator.
you're just listening. You're just
I
listening.
hate that shit. I ain't gonna lie. If I have a girl, I'ma tell her, hey, if you come to me with your problems, better expect a solution to that shit. Don't come to go nyewe. You can call your girlfriends because your girlfriends wanna hear that shit.
Do you know what I've learned? To know how to talk to girls is to know how to lie to them, but in a way that benefits them.
In other words, you can't tell them the truth.
You can tell them the
I
truth.
don't-
You just have to make it look like a lie.
Is that bullshit of they'll tell you be honest with them? I can't for the life of me tell a girl I wanna fuck. I see her, I'm like, hey yo, I see that ass, I wanna blow your back out. let's do the things. No, I can't. That's me being honest. I would have to phrase it in such a way like, hey yo, I see you looking good over there. My name is Oji-sama here, and I would like to take you out on a few dates and see where things go. That is the only way I have a shot of maybe getting an opportunity to smell. If I tell you off jump,
I do.
Unless if I was a famous celebrity, then they know what no, it is what it is. But as a regular Joe, nah.
I think that as a guy, there's just different kinds of women with different kinds of strokes you have to deal with. Not literally, you dick. My point is, when you're dealing with certain kinds of women, you can just straight up be like, hey, dog, I'm trying to fuck. And she'll be like, all right, cool, let's go. Or,
but that
I'm not
depends
really
on the
feeling
rapport that you have with the female.
Nah, sometimes it's just the lady herself.
True. I will not disagree.
Yeah, because some ladies, they want you to straight up be like, dog, I'm trying to fuck. I saw that ass
Be
go across the
straightforward.
room, and goddamn. But you have to also look a certain part and behave a certain part and have a certain thing for them to be like, there's no risk.
I mean, that's why there's so many courses on how to get girls and deal with women, blah, blah, blah.
And all of them talk about self-improvement first. Because you need to be in a base standard for a woman to even look your direction. So once they look your direction, then it becomes easier because it's like you're already looking. I might as well just be a normal, nice person. Not nice guy.
Don't be a nice guy.
Not a nice
Do
guy.
not be a nice guy. Be a nice asshole.
You don't have to be an ass.
No. You're nice to her in such a way that it stimulates her ABCD.
Be funny.
If you end up getting friend zoned.
No.
I'm saying you have to be funny in a certain way, bro. I'm telling you.
I've never seen a nigga who's funny.
You.
I've never seen a nigga who's funny not get it. Never. A nigga who makes a girl laugh, the real laugh, not the no. Dog, I'm talking. She's giving that one.
Hey, yo.
That one.
Oh, you're talking
See, that
men
one.
to men.
Wait, where I'm talking bare metal. You are hearing bare metal. She laughs like a pig.
No, I'm saying what I mean is, right? You can't be too nice. You know why I say this?
Funny.
I'm saying balance. Be a nice asshole. Tell her that you love her and make fun of her forehead at the same time. Tango.
I really don't think that you should tell any woman that you love her outright.
Yeah. Oh
Outright.
no! It's an example to say. You say something nice, and then you cook it on top. That's what I'm saying.
Because I don't know what it is about women, but then the moment you start saying I love you, is the moment they're like,
This nigga gay.
no, no, like they start thinking he loves me. Let me see.
Does he really love me?
Then you see some
The
bullshit.
shit test.
You see some bullshit.
Nah, I'll wait for her to tell. These days now, I'm gonna wait for her to tell me she loves me before I tell her I love. Cause no, I've learned my lesson in a way.
Dog. I think people are too scared nowadays.
Pussy, and you know what time it is. If you like what you're hearing, you want to hear more. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'm Oji-sama here with the legume loving being connoisseur.
Send us,
Oji-sama.
Send the money.
Being
Only
connoisseur.
money I